but I wasn't projecting enough. Okay. Okay.
It's because you were like...
What did I do?
You were like...
Me?
Did
How?
you hear it too? I'm sorry.
Like, why would I just be doing that?
It was... I don't know. It was more than that. It was like coming from within.
I don't think I did that. I don't think I did that in the past 5 minutes.
Just go on.
Bitch! What is it? That's me pretending to answer a phone
That's
call?
not how you even answer a call. I'm like so ready now. Third time's the charm.
Okay. Hello and welcome to Did You Mean to Say That? The podcast where we did not mean to say that. I'm your co-host, Erin.
And I'm your co-host, Bobby.
And we have so much to say.
We have so much to say. We took a week hiatus because Erin was sick.
So that's my first topic. So we skipped a week. So we filmed 2 weeks ago and then I got COVID. So I just didn't edit that episode and get it out. All we did was we just skipped a week. So, yeah. But our filming and editing got a little behind. So our last filming was before Halloween. And that was our Halloween episode. It was supposed to come out on Halloween.
Right.
It didn't. Mm-hmm. So now it's whatever day it is. And we're going to be talking about Halloween, which seems like it was so long ago.
It was.
Crazy.
I've lived like 6 lives since Halloween.
I mean, I've written down so many fucking topics. It's like insane, but that's like a whole topic. But that's like, I had to remember a story that I need to tell you and I needed to not forget it. So I just literally wrote down the entire story.
That's crazy.
I've been writing topics down for so long and anticipating this episode for so long. I can't believe we're like finally here. I'm really nervous and high. Okay, well, let me just tell you guys about my little COVID. So I got COVID, right? And the day I had it on Halloween, I'm so sorry. I'm what some are calling a super spreader. And I didn't know. I woke up on like the going out day of Halloween and I was like, I don't feel that good. But then I took a 3-hour nap and I like rallied and I felt totally fine later. So I just figured like it was like 40 degrees and 70 degrees and whatever. I have really bad allergies. And then I was in the middle of filming a TikTok about all the things that I like buy when I try to get myself to not be sick. Mm-hmm. And in the middle of filming that on camera live, I took the test and I got COVID. And I was like, oh, right. You haven't seen my TikTok?
No.
It's so funny.
TikTok. Sorry, guys.
I'm doing like all the remedies. And then I'm like, well, never mind. I have TikTok. Thanks for watching. I have TikTok.
TikTok is my COVID.
I'm like, well, never mind. I have COVID, so thanks for watching. But it was really mild.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a big deal. But then my boyfriend got it. Bad. Real bad.
He's alive and fine, by the way.
He's alive and well. He's back at work today. That was one of my topics that I wrote down. This is so funny. I said, I don't even feel this way anymore. But... I said my boyfriend having COVID changed my whole perspective on life. And
that's not funny.
Wait till you hear why.
Okay.
So if you guys don't know, I am deathly afraid of throwing up, like to the point where I like have gone to therapy about it. Like it's horrible. Like if someone else throws up near me or I hear that someone's sick, like getting a stomach bug or getting food poisoning is like to my core, my biggest fear.
Damn.
I've tried to work through it and I stopped going to therapy in the middle of EMDR therapy, which is just not how it works. Probably made it worse. And my boyfriend has, that I've been a part of, never thrown up since I've known him. Like, and I have from everything. I throw up all the time, which is crazy. Like I throw up pretty often, like more than the average person, I'd say, from like random shit. Yeah. And it's still my biggest fear, even though like it happens all the time and nothing bad ever happens. It's just like a little throw up and then it's done. Anyway, what the fuck? Bobby literally texted me and was like, we have to keep it together and stay on track because I have so many topics and not off to a great start.
No.
This man, when he threw up, made no sounds.
Aw.
I had no idea he was throwing up. Like, I couldn't hear a thing. He is a silent puker.
That's crazy.
And in that moment, I was like, maybe he is the one. Like, I literally wrote down, I'm going to leave my dump him era and get into my supportive wifey era and just like change my whole personality because my boyfriend is a silent puker.
Whatever it takes.
But now I'm over that again and I'm back in my dump him era. Not me, but like everyone else still should. And then I wrote down some crazy shit about that. And I don't even know if I should address this on the podcast or if I should just say it to you because it's so funny. But I wrote down...
I just cannot even imagine where this is going.
It's just, I'm broken inside. And this will probably explain a lot to both of you about everything. Ready?
Okay.
Leaving my dump him era and entering my loving wife era, but then I'll probably get cheated on. Because I've learned that when you openly love a man and do things for him, they make you look stupid.
That just gave me anxiety in my heart because that's exactly how I feel.
Sorry.
Come on, that's...
He's
Isn't
not
that
gonna cheat
wild?
on you, though.
I know.
He would never.
I wouldn't care if he did. But I can literally point to exactly what it stems from. Mm-hmm. And it's, well, there's like one main canon event that opened like a can of worms. Cannon of worms. And I posted, I posted a picture on Instagram on Maine, a static post.
Wait, what?
Of a candlelit dinner that I made for and Jesse Salazar reached out to me and said, you're going to want to go ahead and delete that. And that's when he told me he's been fucking for like weeks and months behind your back and everyone knows but you. So go ahead and clock out for me. Mm-hmm. Which is crazy because a few weeks before that, I got in a fight with this guy that was friends with him on Twitter, obviously.
Right.
And he said something to me that was like vague and coded about the fact that they were fucking. And I had no idea. For weeks, I was
solve
like,
that riddle.
No, I was like, what does he mean? Like,
you're going to want to go ahead and delete that. It's so funny. I can't believe you posted that.
Yeah. And so after that, I was like, oh, well, I'll never publicly love a man again or do anything for anyone.
See, I also got cheated on famously, traumatizingly. And it just has become like my biggest fear, like, of life, and it sucks. Because I'm like, logically, I'm like, that's not the worst thing that could ever happen to you. It's like one of the least worst things that is going to happen to you in your life. But like, it's just, but we're back in our therapy era. That's one of my topics.
No way.
Yeah, I have things lined up. I'm like talking to different ones and like seeing which one I like.
Little consultation vibe.
Yeah, Maddie, love you, sent me like a whole ass list like of like recommendations based on like my what's it called, insurance and like preferences and like stuff like that.
Insurance.
What's that word again? Have you seen that one? It's like this girl Ariel, like pretending to be Ariel, and she's like, I want to be where the sugar daddies are.
Period.
Blah blah blah. What's that word? Whatever. I'll just have to not
cut that.
Yep.
I'm so happy that you're gonna go to therapy, and I'm so happy that.
But I think looping back, I think that you should publicly love him again.
I do. I do.
But I feel it sucks that like going through that like
That's
leads to just like
I
such
just,
reactive things.
Yes,
in our
and
brains.
I'm just like.
I always assume I'm being cheated on. But.
When I wrote that, I was like, oh, my whole personality. Like, which I love. And like, I was still like that before that.
Yeah.
It just maybe didn't affect like me and my own relationships as much, but I was always like, girl, Alexa, block his number. He's not worth it. Dump him vibes. Mm-hmm. But as far as like it feeling embarrassing to like publicly love someone probably is from how embarrassing it was to publicly love someone. Ew.
Damn.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine me posting a static picture of a spaghetti dinner with candles on my dining room table?
No.
And saying, what do you think the caption was? Like,
oh, I can't even
crazy.
imagine. Like dinner for my babe.
Like something insane.
I slaved over this.
No. Surprised babe with dinner, probably, or like.
And he surprised all of us.
He surprised all of us by fucking another girl.
You have to bleep her name, by the way.
I'm bleeping all their names.
Good.
But also, do I? Like, who gives a fuck?
I don't know.
I'll bleep everyone's names. Speaking of bleeping names, though, petition to change your boyfriend's name from Patrick to Levi.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So at kickball the other day, Cole, hi, asked Bobby, like, what's his name? Levi? Which is not your boyfriend's name. So now I want to call him Levi.
But he kind of looks like a Levi.
I know. When he said that, I was like, should he change
is it Levi? So now on the podcast, Patrick is going to be Levi.
Yeah,
Levi
Patrick's over, and Levi is so funny.
We broke up with Patrick. We're on to the third personality now.
And what do you even want to fucking get into next?
I mean, I have literally so many things. Like, I don't know.
Bobby!
Should we just jump into Halloween
I was just about to say, let's just jump into Halloween. I'm getting another White Claw
for this.
Oh, will you get me one?
Yeah.
I would just never post. I can't wait for this. I was in high school also, let's remember.
Mine probably stems from everyone around me being you.
That was crazy.
My trauma stems from everyone around me being you. Is what Mackenzie just said off camera. Now we're just gonna get into Halloween. Guys, someone died in front of us on Halloween.
And came back to life or something. So I DJ'd.
I want to make that the title of the episode so bad, but I know you can't say that on YouTube, but I literally imagine like someone died in front of us and we're both like...
So I'm DJing at Birdcage Friday and Saturday night of Halloween.
Mm-hmm. In one of your bunny costumes.
My sexy one.
Yeah.
I was sexy as fuck.
Yeah, you looked
I was feeling myself.
So good.
It was really fun. But they were doing a costume contest.
No. Let me back up a little bit to give you context for our fucking night.
Okay.
So we go to Woodburn for the SpongeBob party.
Night.
I was the Hashslinging Slasher, if you somehow haven't seen. And what the fuck? Mackenzie comes with her two friends, one being her Twitter boyfriend.
Oh my God.
That's what we call him. Okay, so Mackenzie has what we call her Twitter boyfriend, who she's known for 7 years, like online, but not in like a weird online way. And like they literally just FaceTime, talk all the time, whatever. But I've never fucking met. So the first time that they meet is Halloween weekend. And then I meet him the night before. And then her friend Libby, who, I don't know, just doesn't really do stuff that we do, like just definitely doesn't like go out the way that we do. And I don't think Jordan,
and we don't even really go
and
out
I don't
like
think
that.
I'm just in general, like clubs, another club, like our best friend's the DJ, like it's crazy here, like whatever. And then her Twitter boyfriend lives somewhere. He kept saying the whole weekend, like there's nothing to do where I'm from, like whatever. So, like, we just throw them into this night with us, which is just, like,
just the gays, and the gays.
And just the funniest, and Libby's gay, so, like.
Cool.
And Twitter boyfriend was, like, so down for the night. He was like, I'll roll with whatever. Like, they were both, like,
nice.
amazing.
I thought they were both nice, though.
They're awesome, and we had so much fun, but it was just, like, so funny. Like, every time something was happening, I'm looking over at them, and I'm like, how are you perceiving this right now? Like, it's just the funniest context. So, we are waiting for our Uber at Woodburn, and we go outside to smoke. And we all accidentally get, like, so fucking ripped, like, to the point where we're, like, scared while we're waiting for the Uber.
Oh, no.
I said at one point, like, I'm scared to get in the Uber. Like, what's going to happen? Like, and we're just, like, kind of freaking out a little bit, all of us, for different reasons, internally, whatever.
Right.
We get in the Uber. The Uber's crazy. He has on a Halloween playlist.
Hell yeah. Did we do the Monster Mash?
But not like that. Like, some of them were like Thriller, I think, was the first song that was on when we got it. And I was like, oh my God, so cute. You made like a Halloween playlist. And then...
Tell me it's Let the Bodies Hit the Floor.
No. I do think that played, though.
It was like a weird
Alice in Chains, which was freaky. We're on the highway, and it's like the city, like, view, like the good one, where you, like, see the whole city. And it is, like... foggy and like the clouds are moving in the craziest way. Like it was giving Halloween kind. Like it was crazy. And as we like go into it, there's like an actual like horror movie soundtrack playing. Like it was like an instrumental that had no words and was just like it
cool.
Wasn't that song, but it was like, oh wait, yeah, I'll insert the fucking video. Mackenzie obviously has a video of it.
Cool.
Exit 1B4 3rd Street, Covington.
And it was insane, and I think we all laughed out loud.
We were like talking about it. We
were like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like in the Uber, and then this crazy Alice in Chains song came on as we pulled up. The second we walk into the bar, what happens?
Well,
you're DJing.
I'm DJing, and they did the drag show, and in the middle of the drag show was a costume contest.
So as soon as we walk in, we hear them like, can everyone for the costume contest like come right here? We're all gonna vote. It's like time for the costume contest. PhD's on the mic, and you're standing next to them in the DJ booth.
Yeah. So people are lining up for it, but like,
right.
That's it. They haven't done the whole shebang yet. I see in the right corner people being like, she needs help.
Commotion.
We need help down here. So I cut the music and we're like, okay, we need help. PhD on the mic, like, we need help.
And we're like, can everyone clear out? Like, something's happening.
Do we have a doctor? Someone passed out. So I can't see like who it is, but I see someone like on the ground.
And it was like starting to become like, because like
quite a scene, because we cut all the music, no one was talking,
and we kept thinking it was over. Like from my perspective in the crowd, like we kept thinking like it was fine, and then Josh would come back on and be like, is there an EMT here? And we, with the prior context that you already have about our little crew, what we've got going on, we're all looking at each other like, what the fuck? And Libby is, what is she?
She is an EMT. She just hasn't been licensed for years.
So she's having this like
moral crisis.
I don't think I should go over there, but I also like probably could help. But I don't know if I should. Like, what the fuck do I do? And she's like, I don't know what her trauma is, but she's triggered and whatever the fuck. And we're all again just ripped, freaking out. We're already freaked out before we got there, and I'm like, my heart is beating out of my fucking chest. Like we had to step out. We all as a unit were like, let's just leave the scene. This is like not, it was so freaky. Because we had no idea what's going on. All we hear is PhD on the mic over and over. Like, do we have a doctor? Do we have an EMT? Can someone help? It's not okay. Like.
So my perspective of the story. So that all happened.
Mind you, hold on. Let me tell you. This person is completely fine and basically nothing happened. So when we're cracking up about this story, like, it's fine.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
like,
I was obviously going to say that.
Well, I want them to know the whole time when we're laughing about it. Like, that.
I think they would assume. Hopefully.
We know. It was not funny while it was happening. And then once we knew she was fine, we were like, everything that just happened was the funniest thing that's ever happened.
So I, again, am wearing a spandex sexy leather bunny thing.
A sexy leather bunny, like, get up. Like a face, like covering with big ears, and it's leather. And
so PhD's on the mic, like, hey, like, everyone, like, back up. We need a doctor, whatever. Looks at me and goes, I think you should take that off. You should probably take that off. Like, my bunny mask. I'm like, right.
And Bobby said, you should probably stop getting on the mic.
Okay, so then the sequence of order there was, we asked for a doctor, someone that was a doctor. So hot, by the way. He was giving Ken, though. Like, he looked like him.
So not hot.
My type. My old type. comes up and is like, this person passed out, blah, 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 blah.
Also, they called 911. We were trying to figure out, like, do we need to call 911? Does someone need Narcan? Like, what is going on?
Someone else runs up. 911's on the way. We're like, all right, cool. We need to clear a path for them. So that's PhD and I go in and, like, literally, like, hey, everyone move, everyone move. And everyone was such an idiot. We were getting so mad at people. They wouldn't move. They wouldn't, like, I mean, people were moving, of course, but, like, people were, like, getting drunk in the way or, like, we're like, if you don't get the fuck out of the way, like, you're banned. I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking. And
so weird.
Yeah, so we parted the Red Sea. They came, but then the woman ended up coming to and, like, walked out with them. And, like, apparently she's a regular. She's just a little older, got a little hot and dehydrated or something. Just passed out.
We saw her outside because we were famously outside. I missed all of that. And she was, like, sitting in a chair, coherent. She was getting her vitals taken, and I heard them, like, saying what they were, and they were, like, good and fine, and she was all good.
While Josh and I are parting the people because the EMTs are on the way because of a medical emergency, I hear in my ear, "How are you, mister?" I turn around. It is none other than bleep, bleepity bleep. The man who recorded me and him hooking up years ago, like probably 4 or 5 years ago. I saw him recording and I was like, what are you doing? And I made him delete it, and then I yelled at him, and then never talked to him again, but I see him out and he'll be like, hi. And sometimes I'll be like, hi.
Can you fucking imagine a medical emergency is going on that you're at this point now in charge of taking care of, and someone who you hooked up with once is in your ear, like,
who secretly recorded
you, is like, hey, mister.
He ended up getting kicked out, right?
So then later, I'm up at the DJ booth where you can, like, see everyone and everything.
And I point him out.
And you point him out, and you're like, that's the guy that, whatever. And he's having the weirdest interaction with this couple that we're noticing. And we were like, oh, this is, like, sad and pathetic. Like, sorry. Because I feel bad because he's just, I don't know, like, he was drunk. He's older. Like,
he's not a, like,
just
evil person, I don't think.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, he was having a weird fucking interaction with them. I could not figure out what was going on, but I knew it was fucking weird. So he walks away from the couple. Mm-hmm. And then I see him go back up to the fucking couple, and I'm like, dude, it's fucking happening again, and it's getting weirder. And then next thing we know, a worker is coming up to him and literally kicking him out of the bar, and he is being escorted out of the building.
Karma is my boyfriend.
And I don't know why. Probably for harassing this couple. I don't fucking know.
Or maybe he said something else to someone else.
Exactly. Like, it was just insane. It was such a crazy night. Bobby was waiting for the bathroom for so long. And 2 guys come out of the stall together. And Bobby goes, right. And then one of them goes, love your DJ work.
It was so funny. It was so funny. I saw them the next night. I saw them at the tea dance. They said, you were the DJ last night, right? And I said, yeah. And I swear to God, it was the same guy. Guess where I saw him? In the bathroom at the tea dance.
Anywho.
So Halloween is over. Don't even talk about it
anymore. Thank God.
Never
want to think about Halloween again. Did have a great time, though. No, Bobby. I actually have to tell you something crazy about Halloween night. I forgot. But I can't put it in. So I'm literally going to tell you. I'm going to keep this part. I'm going to tell you the story. But I'm going to keep in your reaction.
Okay.
Cut out the story.
But now I know you're filming my reaction. I wish you would have just told me.
Oh. So we get to the party. And we're like,
age-old tale.
No.
Not even knowing. Just being like, wouldn't that be so funny?
Dawned on me. I didn't even realize that, like, people could, like, you know what, if you don't
it's like
see them.
in every movie ever.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So. And we don't know. We don't think.
Bitch, I think she knows.
I don't think she does.
I can't tell.
So that was
That's
fucking crazy. What's our next topic?
1980 fucking 9.
Wow.
It came out.
I'm wearing this sweater because, like, vibes.
So fast forward a weekend. After Halloween's over. Aaron had COVID. We're back and better than ever.
We're back and better than ever. Mine was so mild. My symptoms were over on, like, literally Tuesday. So I go to 1989.
Friday night, I'm DJing same bar where we just witnessed the almost death. And then it's 1989 night. It was so fun.
I had so much fun.
It was so fun.
It was
like,
so fun.
There is nothing better than DJing DJing, and first of all, when everyone's singing the same song. But it sucks because most of those songs in general are like, hey, y'all. I love Hey Y'all. That's a horrible example. Example. You know what I mean, though. Like,
there's nothing like a Taylor Swift night.
There's nothing
like
like a
truly.
Taylor Swift
like
night. Everyone's singing every word to every song. People
like,
freaking
and
out
my
by the deep
favorite
cuts.
part is that we're at the 1989 Taylor's version release party.
Mm-hmm.
So at one point, Bobby just plays the album in order because that's like what we're here for.
Mm-hmm.
And every time a song came on, people would act like they
More than
didn't
that.
know what was coming next. And I was like, you guys, it's going to be the next song on the album. Like,
She's a phenomenon.
it's just magical Taylor Swift night. Like,
But I told them at the beginning, like, I'm playing the full album through, and everyone was like, yeah! And I was like, when your favorite song on the album comes, scream bloody murder. Like, scream. So then, like, people were screaming, and just, like you said, anytime any Taylor Swift comes on, even when I'm in public, if I'm in public and I hear Shake It Off, I'm like, what? Like, it's crazy.
By the way, guys, episode 13 is going to be all Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we are going to do a full-fledged, deep dive Taylor Swift episode where the entire time we talk about nothing but Taylor Swift. So tune into that if you're a Swiftie, and don't tune into that if you're not.
For sure.
Yeah.
And maybe that week we'll put out my musical number.
It's just us doing Taylor Swift's musical numbers. Stop. I'm not finished with 1989 night, baby.
Okay.
Because my night did not stop there.
Oh my God, that's the night.
And that's what my long ass.
Do you think Hannah will let us put the video of her on the bowl?
100%.
Thank God.
So, 1989 night was November 3rd, and our best friend Hannah's birthday is November 4th.
Mm-hmm.
So, going from into the next day is like midnight birthday, right? So, we're there, and her friend Jess, who, God bless Jess, is not a Swiftie.
I love her.
But
I saw her that morning when we got drinks.
She lives on, I love her.
She came to that wedding that I DJ'd that Hannah and Chloe were both at.
Hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
She is not a Swiftie at all, but she lives on Taylor Street. And during Era's
I forgot that was
like
also
week
her.
here, she decorated her whole house in like Taylor Swift shit. And people were coming to that street sign to take pictures, and she lives right by the street sign. And people were like, she was trading bracelets with people. People were like leaving her gifts, and she's just like not a Swiftie, and it was so cute. And then she came to the 1989 re-release party.
Love her.
Not a Swiftie for Hannah. Anyway, and they're like, we're going to go to Bobby Mackey's. They tell me and Tyler that. And they're like, let's go. And we were like, I don't know. And I was like, I've always wanted to go because it's like haunted.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's not like a haunted attraction. I'm like, the other part of the bar is like things that I don't want to engage with. It's like, it's America's honky tonk and like just insane like country bullshit that I don't want to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, and it's an $8 cover. And I'm like, girl, I can't go to this bar. Like, what are you talking about?
So 5 minutes later, Aaron comes up to me. We're going to Bobby Mackey's.
Well, first of all, we stayed for a little bit of the drag, which was so fucking cunt.
Oh, yeah,
they
you guys
all
did. I left.
Taylor Swift numbers, and it was just like, we stayed for a couple of the shows, and then they're like, okay, are you going to come or not? And I look at Tyler, and I'm like, let's just do it. We get in the car, and the vibes are already there. Like, and they're smoking cigs in the car, just like having the best time. Hannah's fucking hammered. I'm literally in my shirt.
When it catches the wind.
I'm recovering from COVID, and I have asthma, and I hate cigs. Like, I know, but I didn't want to be like uncool. So we walk in to fucking Bobby Mackey's. And the second we walk in, Tyler goes, Aaron, the bartender's smoking a cigarette. And I was like, we're home, baby. Lock in. And like, this place, like, I'm gonna describe it, and it's not gonna do it justice. Like, because it's really all about the vibes.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
It's a feeling, and it might have something to do with the devil. It might not, but like it's something.
The devil went down to Georgia and then said, "I'm gonna make a pit stop and build a bar called Bobby Mackey's."
No, the devil went down to Georgia.
Quiet on set. What is that all about?
The devil went down to Georgia and then came back up through the well in Bobby Mackey's basement. So it's all carpeted, like in that like
Skate Town vibe.
yeah, it's
Okay,
like weird carpet. There's like no lights on, but there's like neon signs and just like dimly lit areas.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is just like dimly lit. It's so bizarre. And the whole ground is like uneven. It's so fucked. And we walk in and Taylor had never been there either. And he's like, is this whole bar crooked? And I'm like, yes, like this is insane. Like the whole bar is crooked. And we sit at a table. Everyone is just chain smoking cigs. It smells insane in there. Beers are like $1. Like it's just crazy. And they're listening to the craziest music that I could never describe to you. Just like Florida swamp ass Florida man songs.
Yep.
And they're line dancing.
Do
to
they
every
really
song.
do the wobble every hour?
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's what Levi said. They do the wobble every hour.
Every hour on the hour.
I thought he was kidding until I sent you the thing about the wobble that I can't say. And you said me at Bobby Mackey's. And I was like, oh, I wonder if that's true then.
Literally wobble, Cupid shuffle, cha-cha slide, the Cotton Eye Joe. But then they just play music and they just line dance to it. Every single song, there's a dance floor and everyone just gets up and line dances to it. I kind of want to go line
dancing or learn how at least.
You just should go to Bobby Mackey's. It was the most fun I've ever had. That's what I'm all building to.
Yeah.
And there's this guy in a cowboy hat and he is serving cunt. Like he is literally like, we are all watching him. He is like so into it. He knows every dance and he is like fucking getting it. Okay.
Hell yeah.
At this honky tonk bar. And Tyler leans over to me and goes, he's such a power bottom. And I'm like, no, dude, if he's not gay, slap my ass and call me straight. That's what he says during sex with his wife. Like, slap my ass and call me straight. Had like bell-bottom jeans, cowboy boots, cowboy hat, a big belt buckled, bedazzled.
Wow.
I saw a bitch in Miss Me jeans, you guys. I'm not, unironically, she was just
and
wearing that out.
I did miss her.
Bedazzled ass flare Miss Me jeans. Wow. In the craziest way. There's a fucking mechanical bull in there. There's haunted tours in the basement every hour on the hour run by Mark. Thank you, Mark. Love you. Thank you for your service. So then Tyler and I go on the haunted tour. Let me tell you the lore of this fucking bar, okay?
Okay.
It was originally a slaughterhouse, right? And they had a well where they would like dump all
the carcasses.
Yeah, like blood, guts, whatever goes into this fucking well.
Cool.
Yeah. And then that gets shut down. And then it's like, this part's recorded. I'm pretty sure he said that you can like look this up. Like this is a fact. People, Satanist groups and like people who were doing like seances and all types of shit like that would go there and do them at this well because like the blood and the animal sacrifice of it all was like already like there. Mm-hmm. The foundation of this whole shit is just like Satan, literally. Here. And then like it was a casino and then it was a convenience store and the casino was like super fucked up. It was like they would put you in like this little jail cell that's still there and they would like go put you in this other room and like torture you like if you owed them money or if they caught you cheating or like it was also run by the mob so they would do like mob shit down there, like just all types of like like people have died, like just all types of shit's gone down in this fucking basement. Then it was like a strip club entertainment vibe and there was this dancer named Joanna.
Okay.
And she was 5 months pregnant.
Right.
And her dad was like, you need to have an abortion, like you guys need to get rid of it. And her and her boyfriend were like, no. Her dad killed her boyfriend.
Right.
And then she poisoned her dad and herself. And she died and he survived. He hung himself. And sometimes people see like And her dressing room is still there, and they've like made it all up, and people like leave cigarettes and like lip gloss and stuff for her. There's like flowers, there's a mirror. It's like insane as fuck. And when you go into this room and the closer and closer you get to the mirror, it is fucking freezing.
Ooh.
And like nowhere else is, and you're not close to outside. So she like haunts the place or whatever.
Right.
So there was a car crash on that road right when Bobby Mack. Well, there's a car crash on this road. They run into one of the telephone poles. 2 people are there. They die. A cop pulls up, and he's like waiting for the EMTs to arrive. He's taking stock of the scene, like whatever. Mm-hmm. And he says, and this is in his report. I don't know if you could look it up anymore. It'd be so old. But like in the actual report, he writes all of this down. Like this is literally what happened to him. He said a woman came out of the double doors of Bobby Mackey's, which had just opened, because it was all those things before, and then he bought it, and now it's Bobby Mackey's, and that's his name, Bobby Mackey. It's like his bar.
Whoa.
This woman comes out of the double doors and brings 2 tablecloths and like covers the bodies with the tablecloths. And he's like, have you seen anything? Is there this? She starts walking him around the property and like telling him stuff and like showing him around, like helping him out. And then they go back to the scene or whatever. He turns around to thank her. She vanishes naturally. Like she's just nowhere to be found.
Right.
The cop goes there the next day and tells Bobby Mackey, like, oh, like, by the way, like, I want to thank that woman. Like, she left before I could say anything to her, like, whatever. And he was like, no one works here yet. Like, we don't have, and we were closed. And he had a wife, but it didn't fit her description at all. And people say that the description he gave fits the description of Joanna.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. So then this guy and this girl are dating. This girl also gets exactly 5 months pregnant. They decide they don't want it. They can't get her an abortion because it's like too late or like they couldn't, whatever. They decide that they're going to perform the abortion themselves, him and his friend, who are dentists. They perform the fucking abortion with their fucking dentist tools. This you can look up. This is actually fucking real. There's like a newspaper article about it. I'll insert it. I took a picture of it. They have it hanging on the wall at Bobby Mackey's. In fucking sane. And she starts to like bleed out. They like fucked something up. She's bleeding out. They decide to kill her. They cut off her fucking head.
Actually, I have this note.
Why would they cut off her head and what?
Off of their head. I don't know.
Okay.
That's how they decided to kill her. Maybe it's what they had around. I don't fucking know. Mm-hmm. And allegedly, rumor has it, they throw her head down the well.
Where the pigs and the guts
and everything else. Yeah. And they put her body in like a field like a mile away from it. That they found. So they found the body. They're in trouble, right? They're like, this is when public execution still happened. This is the last public execution that ever happened in the courthouse in Kentucky. And while they're like being hung, they're literally saying to them, like, where is the fucking head? And they're like refusing to tell them where it is. So no one's like ever found the head. As he's about to die, he ends up saying to them, like, I'm going to come back and I'm going to haunt the fuck out of this place. Like, fuck you. You haven't seen the last of me vibes. Like, he's like pissed while he's dying. Obviously, then he dies. One night, Bobby Mackey's wife is there alone. She's like working the bar, whatever it is, like behind it before they're kind of open too. And she said that she was like attacked by like a person. Like she got like pushed and she saw them and then they were like gone. And then she looked at that article on the wall and said, that is what the guy looked like that pushed me. And she has never returned. She literally never went back to the bar.
Her own bar.
Her husband. Bar. I don't think they're together anymore. But he doesn't believe any of it. Isn't that crazy? Like, he's just like, yeah, I don't, like, ghosts aren't the vibe. I don't care.
That's either crazy as fuck or the best marketing scheme I've ever heard in my life.
I know. Well, some of it's just real. Like, you can, like, that article is a real article, and it's hanging crazy in there.
Yeah, there's some dark shit going on there.
Yeah.
So it was amazing.
Yeah. Oh, the video. So the mechanical bull of it all. First of all, and I'll insert both videos, right? As soon as we sit down near the mechanical bull, because we were like, let's go sit over there and drink and smoke and just watch people ride the mechanical bull. Like, what a fun night. I love this place. I can't wait for you to come. Hannah gets up there. Well, doesn't. That's one of the funniest videos I've ever seen in my life.
It's so funny. I was crying.
She, insert clip. This is what happens.
You got it, girl. You got it, girl. Get up there. You got it. Yeah, girl. You got it.
And then after that, he's like, do you need help? And she's like, yeah. And he comes over and he gets down on one knee and goes like this. And she hops up on his leg and gets on it. And he goes, you got to ride it with your puss.
Yeah, she told me that.
And he's not wrong.
Right.
So yeah, that was my big 1989 Bobby Mackey's LGBTQ extravaganza.
I need you to not look.
Is your next topic a prop?
My next topic is something we talked about last week. So I proposed an idea to take our podcast to the next level. And Erin hated it. But she said I could do it on my own.
Is it the musical? You brought a musical?
I didn't bring a musical, but I am ready to sing my song.
Am I allowed to look yet?
Yeah. It's just a microphone. And if you know, you know the tune. I hope you do. You might not. Because you're like old. I'm just kidding. You probably won't because I don't know if you're allowed to watch this.
Are you actually going to sing a song on our podcast?
I have the lyrics right here, baby. Okay. I have
what
to
am
get...
I supposed to do with this?
Just
What do you
sit
mean?
back and enjoy.
It's amazing. Sit back and enjoy. Exactly. It's live entertainment. Ready? Oh, well, now I'm on the spot. Welcome to our podcast where everything is cunt. Try joining us for filming. May we offer you a blunt when you're watching our podcast. Our podcast kills your brain cells when you're watching our podcast. We're all just fucking incels.
No, we're
because
not.
we're the stars. We got trauma scars. No, really, like, are we okay? On the podcast. Don't know. On the podcast. Did you mean to say that?
Oh my fucking God.
Thank you. Boom. Next topic is the war.
I have tears in my eyes. I never could have ever imagined that's what you meant. That's what was gonna happen. That's what you've had up your sleeve.
I wanted higher production, but we're gonna take what we can get around here these days.
So you wrote us a song.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I asked you to write a song and you didn't do that, but you did that.
What do you mean you asked me to write a song?
For the segment.
Oh, for the thing.
Yes. Okay. My next topic, this is just so funny. Something I wrote down, something we said to each other. But on our last episode, we talked about your ex who hacked your Twitter or didn't or whatever. The funniest thing about him that we like always make fun of is that he always wore suits to the pool days.
He wore suits to everything.
He wore suits
our
to
first
everything.
date, our second, our third, our last.
He would literally be at the pool in a suit.
A suit.
I can't stress that enough. Like, we're all laying out swimming. He's wearing a 3-piece suit.
Yeah, and it was definitely
Not
like a
but
weird trauma religious whole thing going on there.
Bobby texted me the other day and said, should I start wearing suits as a trauma response? Yeah, maybe.
It was just my COVID boyfriend.
But I said he wore suits to the pool is our homeboy wore combat boots to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's our, like. Do you have any more topics?
Nothing that I have to say today. Some of them are kind of dumb.
I want to do a little tiny quick game that's something that it's really quick, and if we don't like it, we can put it on the next one, but I want to do it at some point because it's so fun.
I love games, so I'm probably ready.
Okay, so it's called Mind Meld,
Okay.
and we just say a word on the count of 3.
Okay.
Whatever it is, random word.
My sister and I will get this in a second.
And then the next word you say is what those two things have in common. and you try to say the same word.
Got it.
And then eventually you end up like saying the same word.
Melding your minds. Got it. Okay, let's do it.
Ready?
Yep.
Wait, I'm so bad at these. I don't know why I suggested this. I can't think of a single
We're gonna
thing.
just try.
Okay. Can you count?
Yeah.
Like
Okay,
3,
ready?
2, 1, word.
3, 2, 1.
Pillow.
Cunt.
Okay, so what do cunt and pillow have in common?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Slut.
Us.
What do slut and us have in common?
3, 2, 1.
Everything.
That
was
was
amazing.
perfect. I could have never,
I like felt that you were gonna say it though.
I knew you were going to say it because that's the only thing we could say. What do slut and us have in common? Taylor Swift would be
doesn't
the
it?
only other thing. I don't even know. Wow. That perfectly encapsulates our podcast. And
We want to thank you all so much for watching.
yeah, if you're still with us, thank you so much. I'm obviously going to edit this down, but we have been filming for an hour and a half. We had so much to cover.
And we didn't even cover it all.
I know.
Stay
We
tuned for
literally
next
just
week.
got rid of most of our topics, so we'll do those next week. We were texting each other at one point. I was like, I might have to make this a part 1 and 2, fucking. But
I forgot
I'm
about
not going
all
to.
that. We're not doing that.
Anyway, so yeah, thank you so much for watching. We're so happy to be back, and we'll never leave you again. See you next week.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, I deleted it. JK. Can you imagine?
No, I can't imagine.